Hello everybody and welcome to Subnautica. This is the original Subnautica game. It is not below zero. The major reason for that is because I have not completed Subnautica since they finished the game. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and play through this and start a new game and see where they went with the story and everything. Alright, so we're gonna do, let's not do hardcore, let's do just survival. I highly doubt I would do very well on hardcore mode. Uh, just as a rule of thumb. I would probably skip this in post. Because this is a long loading screen. Press any button to continue. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do is for storyline parts like this, I'm going to try and be quiet and let the game play through. So, just so you guys know, I'm going to be quiet through this point for important storyline. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt a lot. And everything's on fire. That's a lovely start to the day, isn't it? You crash and then you gotta fire on your hands. There we go. Press F8 to report bugs and give feedback. Will do. Does my PDA count? Oh, that's a cute little intro to the tablet.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now emergency mode with one direct.
I'm not going to argue with the health control, the automated system, but I'm pretty sure head trauma is not okay. Alright, so what we got in here? Got a couple flares, take those, take the water, take the nutrition bars. And that's the pause menu. I hit pause instead of tab. Alright, so can't make anything right now. Nice. I saw that. We'll take the health thing and let's just go explore. Metal salvage. That'll be important. Need titanium.
Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
Also, sorry if the clickiness of my keyboard is a little bit much. I will, in future episodes, try and take care of that. Maybe even play with a controller.
Probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but oxygen.
Unlikely but plausible. Okay. Alright. So for those who have never played this game, largely you start off with a very small oxygen tank, so you can't really explore very far. Eventually you'll get the materials to make a larger tank, so you can explore a little bit more, but for now we just stick to the shallow areas and try to build what we can and gather what we can. acid mushrooms are going to be good for making batteries for later on. And those will go with copper. Titanium's good for making general equipment. And also, once we get to it, we'll make a fabricator. And when we make the fabricator, we'll be able to make little domicile areas in the water, so we don't have to always come back to this little ship. This little escape pod. Let's see. See, like I can make copper wire, I can make a battery. Food and water, definitely need to make food and water. The little bladderfish, they're good for water. And then if you have regular water and bleach, you can make disinfected water. That gives you more water over here. Food-wise, the nutrient bars pretty much fill this whole thing up, but if you need other food, you can cook the fish that you catch, which is what I'm going to do right now.
Organisms, while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption. It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember,
Nah, I'm good.
humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
I love fishing, so I eat fish all the time, so this is nothing new for me. With salt, you can actually cure the fish because cooked fish only lasts so long before it spoils, so it's definitely important to get some salt and to make some cure fish. Alright, so next thing I want to do is make a standard oxygen tank. That gives me more oxygen to work with. I need to build a scanner, a repair tool, flashlight. Basically, I need to build all of these except for the flare. And maybe the air bladder. So I need a battery with titanium, silicone rubber, cave sulfur, and titanium. Battery and glass. That's made with the quartz. So let's go ahead and make some batteries. Power cell. That'll be good for other vehicles later on, like the I'm blanking on the name, but there are vehicles that you can make that require the power cells, and very important to set all this up ahead of time. Alright, what have we got now? Alright, I'm gonna eat those. Gonna drink some water. I got plenty of titanium, plenty of quartz. I think we gotta go back down. And now I can start scanning stuff as well. And perform a self-scan too.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Alright, so I need more copper to make more batteries for what I need. There we go. And go ahead and go up and get more air. Alright, so one thing about me is I am definitely afraid of things in the water. So if anything comes out to attack me, I will more than likely scream. In fact, we'll be lucky if I don't scream. Everything that catches me off guard here will make me scream.
New creature discovered.
So just a heads up, I will try to make sure that it doesn't come through in the microphone so badly. In fact, most of the things that I can change with in terms with audio and everything. As we go along, I'll upgrade my setup and everything. Right now I'm working with the Elgato mic, and I have to learn how to use it. This is pretty much the first time that I'm using it, aside from the intro video. So bear with me as we make improvements, as we continue to go forward. I am learning as I go, and everything I do will be to make things better, I hope, for the future videos and all that. I don't really have that many resources to really pour into new equipment and stuff, but I will do my best. I thought there would be a like a mineral deposit or something in there. Guess not. Anyway, yeah, everybody's got to start somewhere. So thankfully, I have a pretty good PC setup, and I have a pretty good amount of knowledge in order to hopefully be able to make audio quality better and stuff like that. But I'm very dedicated to this channel, so I will definitely be working my hardest to make things improve as we go. I'll also throw in more jokes and stuff like that. This is the first episode of anything that I'm recording, so bear with me. I am going to be learning how to improvise and things like that, so as we go, I should get better at talking to you guys. Hopefully the ums will drop off as well. But until then, I guess I'll be a Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. So that's enough talking about me. Let's talk about this game. The game itself, the reason I love the game, I love gathering games. I love open world games. I love survival games. So anything that I have to basically try to survive in game, it gives me this sense of accomplishment when I do get things done. And it's just fun to wander around. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this game is amazing, and Below Zero is even more amazing, which blows my mind. But I'm very happy that they were very successful with Subnautica. Because honestly, this helps me to kind of get over my fears of the ocean or water in general, but at the same time it doesn't. The large reason it doesn't is because there are scary things in the water, just like there are scary things in the water in real life. And the benefit of it being a game is I can try several different things. I can even die over and over again and be okay. But I just love the absolute beauty of the underwater worlds in this game. Alright, let's make a knife. That's one of the next things we'll need, because
from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
That's a interesting little tidbit of info. But yeah, what I was saying is that these games give me the freedom to explore areas that, like, in real life, I would never dare to go. You see those sounds? Those sounds right there? That freaks me out. Like, where did they come from? What are they coming from? What creature? What creature is it? How deadly is said creature? You know, just general things like that kind of creep me out about the water, but in an environment like this, I can just have fun. I can go do things that I really would not do in real life. Like, right now, in order to get cave sulfur, you have to coax out these explosive fish that are in like a cocoon in the cave areas. I don't know what was wrong with that peeper, but it sure wasn't moving. Whoa. That's alright, that's what was wrong with that peeper. Okay, we won't go down there. So I've got to find these creatures that are in the cave systems that they shriek and then they go after you coming out of their little barnacle looking homes. So that's not going to be any fun because I would not normally seek out stuff like this. Oh, inventory full. Okay. That's not good, actually. Let me go drop off some of this stuff at the escape pod, and then we will continue our search for the cave sulfur. Get a little bit more food. And that peeper. I don't want to do this just yet. Ingots will come later. I need a repair tool. For sure. So I need the cave sulfur. Alright, let's go ahead and put all this titanium into storage. We'll put the acid mushrooms and table coral as well. I need that. Give me that back. Alright, cooked paper. Gonna eat that. Gonna eat the old cooked. Careful eating old stuff because it can affect the health. Then we'll go back out. And I don't need the flashlight anymore.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
Okay. So let's go see if we can find a cave system where one of these little things is hiding. See if we can't get that cave sulfur. I'm going to try and get the repair tool, and then I might call it an episode after that. That way we're not running too long and I'm not boring you guys too much. Hopefully I'm not boring. If I am, I promise you I'll get better. Once I become more comfortable recording myself doing stuff. Okay, I need oxygen.
Deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool. Oxygen.
I want to scan one of those guys really quick, but I gotta get air. Alright, let's go down and scan this fella. Looks like a manatee. Like the Florida manatees. That's what they remind me of. Alright, so... Well, that turned out to not be a cave, but that's okay. I will go back into the cave system over there. See if we can find those creatures. Also, you may have noticed that I've elected not to use a cam right now. There's a reason for that. I do have the AverMedia LiveCam 313, but to me it doesn't quite... I mean, it picks up colors really good. So it's not a bad webcam. It's just I'm a stickler for being able to adjust visuals and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait on a webcam. In fact, I won't actually buy a webcam. What I'll do is eventually I will save up some money and I will get a camera and a cam link, and I will do it that way. So just bear with me. The other option that I thought of doing though was like a VTuber, because I am a furry and I do have a furry character named Kira. She is a black jaguar, and she has red spots, and she has moon glyphs on her. I'll put her on screen right now. I heard it. I heard it. No, I hate those things. Where'd you come from?
30 seconds.
You had to have come from up here. Gotta get some more air. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by that exploding little fishy thing, I'll put Kira up right now, so you can see her and see the design for the character that I was planning on using for my streams. So that's her, and we will figure out from just in general if the camera option works better, then we'll use the camera. If the character model option works better, then we'll use the character model. So I just have to find an artist who can make the actual model of her, so we can implement a VTuber kind of setup with her. So I'll have to find somebody who can work with the software and can properly rig her up so that we have a proper model, rather than just some janky looking thing that I could come up with, because I'm really not good with that kind of stuff. I do art, but I'm not good with the computer programs kind of stuff. So that's something that I would need somebody else to work on. Alright, so we just made the repair tool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assign it a slot, and we are going to repair our little escape pod. And once we repair it, we can get radio signals, and we have light. Environmental data. Okay. So let's read these really quick. Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal. 4546B environment scan. Category 3 ocean planet. Oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere. Extensive biodiversity. Safety warnings may support Leviathan class predators. Those are the things that are going to scare the crap out of me. Water contaminated with high levels of foreign bacteria. Planet is beyond Federation space. Rescue unlikely. It is not recommended to explore this environment without hazardous material suits and extensive support apparatus. Alright. Limestone outcrops. These unusual geological structures often form around titanium and copper deposits. They are distinct to this planet. Closer analysis reveals the stone around the metal has been hardened against erosion, but the mechanism remains unknown. Assessment: titanium and copper source. Scattered wreckage. This is probably from when I picked up the wreckage pieces to turn into titanium. Scattered wreckage. Analysis confirms this wreckage is from the Aurora. Outer layers of the material have oxidized, suggesting it has been heated to over 1200 degrees Celsius. This pattern is consistent with hull disintegration during atmospheric entry. Salvage of intact portions of Altera vessels is prohibited at legal, moral, and technical levels. However, scraps such as these may be reclaimed for their titanium content at any Altera fabricator. Alright, so are we doing illegal stuff to get our titanium, or what? Alright, coral shell plate. This variant of coral has adapted to survive in close proximity to other corals, filtering nutrients from the water and sharing them via spore-like substances which grow around the base. Assessment: no practical applications discovered. That is true. I don't think they're very useful. Giant coral tubes. The variety of coral formations on 4546b appear to be different solutions to the same problem of maximizing water and nutrient flow throughout the colony. These particular variants funnel water down a tube, filtering nutrients as they pass. Their size suggests they have been highly successful. Assessment: coral tube samples are rich in calcium, exploitable in bleach fabrication. Good to know. Alright, table coral. Each disc is an individual colony of microorganisms filtering nutrients from the water. Growth patterns indicate the colonies are in direct competition for positions with superior current or light. Unlike other coral species, the structure is malleable, softly pulsating as it pumps nutrients to its extremities, and only turning rigid when it senses physical assault. The jewel-like nodes in the surface are concentrated buildups of rare minerals and the coral is unable to process. Assessment: exploitable in computer chip fabrication. Alright, fauna, herbivores, gasopod, the manatee-looking things, yay! A slow-moving life form and one of the larger herbivores on the planet, providing a substantial meal to would-be predators. The gasopod protects its domain by filling and surrounding water with poisonous and corrosive pods whose contents dissolve even synthetic fibers. 1. Filtration system. Thick, non-reactive skin and multiple gill layers render this creature impervious to the noxious acid clouds it produces. Algae gland. A bulbous sac-like appendage on the rear end. A luminescent yellow algae grows inside the sac and produces the poisonous compound. Abdominal muscles can contract, causing the algae gland to emit the noxious compound into the surrounding water. Large pelvic fins. Number 3. Capable of powerful movement through the water when moving in small herds. Number 4. Behavior. Gasopods appear to be social in nature and may even use their emissions in their relationships rituals. Their audible calls are likely signifiers of nearby threats or food sources. Is that the weird sound that I was hearing that I didn't know what it was? I bet you it is. I bet you they make that weird sound. Assessment: approach with caution. Acidic pods may be retrieved and repurposed. Rabbit ray. That's one of the first things that I scanned. A herbivorous aquatic life form, rabbit rays appear to live serene and solitary lives with few predators, a natural sense of curiosity, and awesomely poisonous flesh. Okay, so they're like poison toads, basically. Or poison frogs. Poison dart frogs. 1. Ears. Twin orange appendages mounted on the head sense vibration in the water. 2. Undulating wings. Markedly similar method of transportation to that of Earth rays. 0 genetic resemblance detected, suggesting these two species independently developed similar solutions to their environmental circumstances. Evidence indicates its large side-facing eyes are relatively recent adaptations. It is likely they are related ray species in other environmental biomes on the planet. Assessment: inedible but harmless. Alright, we've got small herbivores. Bladderfish. That's the one that I mentioned you use to get water. This unusual herbivore appears to be mostly defenseless and bears little resemblance to other life forms around it. Well, that just makes me feel bad. I grab these things out of the water and I use them for water. Or food. Huh. I feel bad. Anyway, semi-permeable bladder. The bladderfish is able to filter air and seawater into its body cavity through a unique membrane which surrounds its spine like a bladder. This allows it to remove and consume organic particulate caught on the way and adjust its buoyancy. 2. Open-ended vascular tubing can be angled and contracted to pump out water and achieve low-velocity guided propulsion, largely oblivious to threats and particularly immobile at night. Its only identified defense mechanism is that it's composed almost entirely of water, air, and cartilage. Assessment: edible. Oxygen may be retrieved from the bladder and added to tanks on consumption. Membrane has applications as natural water filter. Alright, so I'm going to stop here. You guys let me know whether or not you want me to read all this. There's important information like blueprints and stuff that I can look at through here. This is mostly just to help me know what I need to build certain things. These are the voice logs of all the things that the PDA has told me so far. And in the databank, the only thing that I think will be relevant in the databank is once we start getting to like picking up other people's PDAs. So things for like the types of fish and stuff, I think I'm gonna avoid talking about next episode and onward. Until we start picking up PDAs. Once we start picking up PDAs, I'll read the PDA entries for those people. But other than that, that's going to end this episode. And I hope you will join me on the next episode as we continue to survive the crash of the Aurora.